getting really good at them. I wonder what kind of strategy he's got prepared for this map. I wouldn't expect him to come in here unprepared, but I would expect that from Dark. Can Dark hold on and force a game 5, or will FanTaSy end this one 3-1? Let's find out.
SK텔레콤 T1 닥 박영우 vs 데드 픽셀즈 판타지 정명훈.
Down here in the bottom left in the purple, our Zerg player down a game currently. It is Dark.
Down here in the bottom left. Oh, we already missed. Sorry. Up here in the top right was FanTaSy.
Yeah.
There he is.
It's all good. They didn't show the camera shot of Dark. Not really sure what's going on there.
We're fine. All right.
It's fine.
Moonlight Madness. Once again, we're on this map. Now, we did see a pretty easy third base in the back of this, the back of the main. And a National at the front, so I'm sure we're going to see Dark take full advantage of that. I think we're going to see him skip Roaches again and go straight to Mutas, because it seems like Mutas would be much more effective on this map in terms of just harassment and defending. Drops are going to be so much more aggressive and effective.
Yeah. I'd love to see it. I'm still wondering if FanTaSy's not going to come out here with a very prepared build, maybe even a 2-base all-in of some sort, maybe even like a similar one to the last game. I don't see any real area to put down any tanks or go for anything crazy like he did on map number 2, but looks like he'll just be starting off with a normal Reaper opening, possibly.
Yeah, it looks like it. Just Reaper expand. Makes a lot of sense in this map as well. It's got a couple of places to jump into. And, yeah. I mean, he's up a game now. He's at match point. If he wins this one, he knocks out Dark of all players. Makes it to the next round. Which is a huge upset, I gotta say. But when the new maps have a part to play in it, then, I mean, yeah. Zerg does have a hard time when it comes to the new maps as well. I think more than most other races, because I don't know, it's very base dependent on like the location of them and where they can fight and like what the other players can do. Terran obviously has a great time on that dash and terminal map.
Yeah.
With that very close goal base.
Talk about it.
Yeah, we might not see that one again until we see the best of 7s come out. Hard to say. Very tricky map to play on.
I wonder how that would work against Protoss.
Yeah, that is a good question.
I suppose it's possible to make it work.
You know,
especially because maybe the Protoss, if they don't scout, they just don't know it's coming. You really get taken off guard by even the gold base on that map.
Yeah.
Well, first Reaper coming in here. Gonna scout the later hatch. Start going for a pull first.
Yeah, playing very safe this game. Not afford to drop it. FanTaSy just going straight. It's like into that Reactor Marine, into Reactor Hellion. That expansion. Normal sort of opening here.
So Dark does eventually get that gas, and I think it's probably going to be for speed once again.
Yeah, should be speed at this kind of timing.
Second gas coming down here for FanTaSy. Maybe looking to tech up a bit harder once again.
Could be, you know, Banshees once again as well. I wouldn't put it past him at all.
Yeah.
Tech lab actually on that factory. So you would think he would switch it up with the rags, but decides not to this time. Instead, investing in 2 more Marines before anything else. Maybe he's going to use it for something else. Is he going to actually make a tank?
Maybe he'll just swap it with the starport.
Yeah.
Make those Banshees. Nope, here's a tank.
There's a tank, Valdez. All right.
The observer's like, I already know all about this map. There's this drop point over here. Like,
yeah.
let me tell you something.
Okay. That's an interesting draw point. So he's going to get rid of an extractor at the very least.
And you can definitely use that to defend, you know, a bunch of Marines. He's already made 6.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
can drop them right down there below the tanks and
start poking. And Medivac can obviously heal them. He can poke drones, make it hard for the mineral drones to mine efficiently.
Yeah, but at the same time, looking at the build of Dark, we already see a 2-base lair on the way with the Spine Crawl at the front. It might just be an early Spire.
This is definitely an early Spire. No doubt about it this time around. This is certainly not something Dark is not that comfortable with, something we don't see him do very often, but the map calls for it because of that drop zone at the back.
But is it going to come in time at the same time? He may just have to sacrifice that gas.
Well, there's the Medivac. It's going straight for it.
But the lair's going to finish up here. He's going to drop the Spire.
There it is.
Immediately. But that Spire's got a long build time, and this tank is about to already drop.
Cutting off the gas this early as well. It's going to do a lot of work, but this many queens is another question.
Whoa.
There's going to be an overlord in place, and he can actually just snipe the tank. Very well thought out from Dark here.
That's beautiful. Really great hold so far. He's even got this Spine Crawler just in case. And it's going to be a little game here, maneuvering game between Dark and FanTaSy.
Little cat and mouse.
Yeah.
I think the tank's slightly out of range of that extractor, so it should be okay. As that Spire is half done at this point.
He's going to move it an inch. No? Come over here.
I think he might be working on the creep. Yeah, this Queen's going to have something to say about it. Nearly.
Saves it. Just barely.
A lot of meters are going to be ready to come out. Looks like it might hit about 8 meters by the time that Spire is finished, and now the third base goes down around that 9-minute mark.
Do you have another follow-up drop coming from FanTaSy? Looks like 7 Marines in that one. Dropped out one of them. Not sure why.
Stim's about to finish as well, so this is a good place to do it. Good time for it. And not many Lings out, not much on the ground. Just a bunch of Queens and that Spine Crawler as well. 7-8 meters now queued up.
And pushing back that Overlord is going to be huge for denying the vision on this tank on the high ground.
Very late Baneling Nest behind this. Bit of an oversight from Dark. Never something on purpose here. And these meters actually might need to be used to defend. I'm not sure if he really has enough back at home besides these Queens to help out against stimmed Marines.
The meters are going for the attack for now. FanTaSy's got so many Marines back at home, though.
Yeah. He delayed that third CC. You know, he's not getting it anytime soon, but main base is exposed beyond belief.
FanTaSy, I guess, didn't expect this somehow.
Yeah.
And now he's going to put down the turrets. He's at least got that engineering bay up, of course. Trying to sacrifice some Lings to get some tank shots on the Marines.
You just come in there and snipe that tank in 1 second, and he might just do that. It's going to really put the, or make this drop essentially useless.
What if he, like, dropped some SCVs over there and made a turret?
It'd bring me right back to Brewmore, man. Almost Temple or something. It'd be...
Let's do it, FanTaSy.
Just do it,
Come
mate.
on, I know you're listening to the cast.
Yeah. A lot of mutas out now. Pretty healthy muta count. +1 about to finish, and combat shields for the Marines.
Ugh.
Gonna have Lings and Banes ready. But Ling's Bane speed is actually miles away.
Again, coming back to that very late Baneling Nest. This is just like a really dangerous force from FanTaSy altogether. Like, forget the back door. He's got Hellbats and a ton of Marines.
Yeah, slow Banes against that is never a good thing.
Yep. There's the follow-up. There's only 1 turret in the main and 1 at the natural. And a decent number of mutas, but I feel like Dark has almost been pushed back into his base. It's going to take too long for the mutas to fly over. He's going to have to just try to defend, it looks like.
Yeah, Baneling speed nearing completion, as well as 1-1.
Here's the snipe. There you go.
There we go.
Step number 1 to defending this push.
Yeah, the real problem, though, is this massive Marine Hellbat force. Pushing onto the creep, looking for some picks. Supply block.
Yeah. And it looks like FanTaSy just wants to back off here. Get his whole army together, possibly. He's going to delay that 4th base of Dark.
Dark just waiting a little while longer. He's going to send the Banes in now, right before 1-1 finishes. Nice split, but still pretty big Marine hits here. Yeah. And this is it. It all comes down to this. Dark has to defend. Oh, another big hit.
Keep in mind there are no Widow Mines with this push. It's only Hellbats, Marines.
Yeah, and they're getting closer to these morphing Banes. Gonna run on through.
Baneling's not the best hits there, and what does he have left over? He's desperately trying to morph some Banes. He's got 5 in total.
They're coming down the ramp now. Oh, forcing a pickup. Also coming from behind. If he can chase these down, he's gonna get pretty far ahead.
He's gonna have to drop him. Muta's on the chase. Ling's in the position, but this is off creep, but will it be enough?
Oh, it's a pretty tight trade right now. I think it definitely comes out ahead for Dark there.
Yeah.
1-1 Lings versus 1-0 Bio.
Oh, and he's going to go aggressive. I'm not sure about this.
Well, we're going to wait for the Banes to come up here to put them out of position. Here we go. Nice concave. Still, Midas should be able to clean up all of this. Losing a few for the trade there.
Yeah. Well, Dark making the better decision. That's why I'm not in the booth. 1Muta almost getting too far ahead of himself. Back here. So, Dark does hold. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't see a third base up here for FanTaSy. No third CC.
He's sitting on 2 base. He was very invested in this aggression, hoping to end it right here, right now, but just enough time for Dark to deflect it. Dark's got a great place right now. He's droning up that third. He gets the 2 gases on it. He's going to be miles ahead.
He's even looking to take a 4th base.
Next scary thing is that +2 on the Bio. He's going to have that 1 advantage in upgrades, but hard to say if it's going to be enough at this point. He is getting further behind in supply. The creep spread is slowly getting better as well for Dark.
Yeah, really liking this position right now. Just 6 Hellbats in the front here to do the tanking, to do the AoE damage. He's going to have godlike splits. He does have that +2, as you mentioned.
It's still a pretty scary army for FanTaSy, but with no Widow Mines, he has to rely completely on his positioning and his splitting.
Yep. He's going to have to try to pull some sort of Marine King splits here.
Yeah, he needs something godly at this point. And here we go, Baneling's coming in. Kind of catching off FanTaSy, a lot of fire going down.
Yeah, that wasn't godly anyway. Here we go.
It was not. And let's see if there's going to be enough. It's close. Still, +2 Marines, stay strong. Going to need more Banelings to help clean this all up.
He's going to delay for now. He knows that all he has to do is hold off the push, and it looks like he may have just done it.
Yep.
Without the extra Banes even coming in towards the end. He's just going to chase everything back now.
Yeah. Looks like he will just clean everything up. Only Marines left over now. Lings and Bane's going to help out in the ground. Scans go down, the GG scans.
GG scans, GG. Dark takes game number 4, and we are going to 5 games in the series. Kind of what we expected here.
Yeah, this is what we wanted as well, Valdez.
Of course.
I am so happy. Great games. Dark might have to go to the bathroom. Like, can I? And they're like, no. It's like, well,
Ref's like, no, man, I want to go home. You step back down. Put those sound blockers back on. What?
Use the bottle. Use the bottle, Zach. All right. Game number 5. The map. We'll find out in just a moment's time. It escapes me right now.
Did we see Cactus Valley?
That might be it.